Cross-stitching is a form of a needlework that involves creating a design by stitching small X-shaped stitches onto a fabric. It's popular globally. Today, cross-stitching patterns are catered to various tastes and skill levels, making it a way to create a unique art. In this project, we are proposing a tool for cross-stitchers called Tatreez, which means cross-stitching in Arabic. It's a comprehensive tool offering a wide range of features for designing, customizing, and sharing patterns with other creators. Our tool interface has many features which laid out in a different bars, tabs, and panels. At the heart of our Tatreez tool is our canvas, which is structured in a grid format that users can customize to suit their needs. This makes it easy for them to place and insert stitches into the canvas and serves as a useful reference point as they create patterns. Our toolbar offers a range of options to choose from, including writing, drawing, inserting shapes, and also moving objects. We also have the cross-stitching bar, which provides different types of stitches, giving the user freedom to experiment and create unique patterns. Once the user creates some basic pattern, they have access to a set of specialized action to take, such as previewing the design on an object or even auto-generate possible patterns stemmed from what they have created, and other things that we are going to elaborate more later during this demo. To help users stay organized, our Elements panel tracks all the groups of stitches the user created, while the Layer panel allows users to structure and work on different pattern elements independently if they want. We also have the bookmark feature, which allows users to keep track of different pattern versions that they have created. This is especially useful if they want to experiment with different design elements and compare the results later. At the bottom of the tool, we also provide a statistics bar that gives users an estimate of the number of the stitches that they have created so far, thread length, expected work dimensions, and expected time to execute the work. This helps users to stay on track and plan accordingly. On the left side of the canvas, we have a tab that provides multiple features such as a library of containers, predefined patterns, and fabric that users can experiment with in their work. There is also a dedicated tab for creating pattern coding, and when the users are ready to export their patterns, they have a tab to set their preferences for exporting. Here also at the bottom, the user have access to a community portal where they can connect with other designers and get inspired by their work. And if users ever need help, we have our Help tab provides access to tutorials and answers to most frequently asked questions. Our cross-stitching tool, user can create patterns from scratch in different ways. The first one is to select a specific stitch type and insert stitches into the canvas one by one. After they select what they have created, they have an access to set of tools to manipulate their pattern or like what they have created. For example, they can create a group of this one and treat it as one entity. They can make a copy of what they have created, paste it again. They can manipulate it by doing some flipping, rotation, and even like moving these around, change the color if they want, and even change the stitch type. And again, moving it around until they are happy with what they created. Another way for users to create pattern is filling a shape, where the user can select a shape that they want. For example, a triangle here. They can insert it to the canvas and then fill it with a specific stitch type. And then after that, they are able to modify it and manipulate it using these tools. Another way for users to create a pattern is using the drawing tool, where they can create a path on the canvas and then fill this path with a cross-stitching type. After that, they can manipulate it and change it as they want. Another way of creating patterns, especially making pattern creation and experimentation faster, we introduced the pattern auto-generation feature, which allows the users to give the tool different rules to build or auto-generate patterns based on. They can select the pattern and then select the type of stitches that they want to experiment with, different orientation, and also different rotation. For example, here we selected the vertical flip. Also, we customized a rotation angle. They also can provide different colors that they want the auto generation to use. And then after they click generate, the tool will provide them with different patterns that they created based on combining these rules using these colors. The user will still be able to modify these rules if they want to. For example, here we cleared some rules. They can also create a sequence of this pattern by setting the repeat count and the direction to create a sequence of this pattern. And then once they click generate, they will be able to see the outcome of combining these rules. The user can add this pattern to their canvas, modify it and edit it if they want. They can also bookmark this one, and they also can delete any generated pattern that they don't like. In our tool, users are not limited to create patterns from scratch. They can import an image that they found over the internet or an image that they drew themselves outside the tool and get it inside the canvas to customize it. They can click on the import image, select the image that they have, and the tool will detect if this is a colored image or not. After they import it, it will convert it to an outline image. After that, the users can go ahead and digitize this image and create a pattern based of it. After that, the user can select the stitches or any part of the pattern that they have. They can customize it with a different stitch type or, for example, color, or do any manipulation from the menu. After the users are done in creating their pattern, they can start customizing their project by exploring different options. For example, different type of containers to add to their pattern, different type of predefined pattern that they can add to their original work, and different type of fabrics that they can add to. Once the user applies a container that does not fit their pattern, the tool will notify them with a warning message and suggest to them some action so they can recover and use a container that fits their work. They can add as many as predefined patterns to their work, but still they have access to modify these patterns and manipulate them. They also can add a background fabric with the different colors until they are happy with the outcome that they have. During any stage of pattern creation, user can save a version of their work in the bookmark panel. This bookmark panel allows users to keep track of all different versions that they have created so far. This is very useful if they want to compare different results by putting them side by side, see which one they like, and even if they want to edit any previous version that they had, they can edit it using this edit button and get back to customizing their work. Once the users are happy with their pattern and customization and ready to export, they can export their work directly from the tool by choosing the type of export. Is it a regular PDF or they want to export an extension a cross-stitching machine would understand? They can set their preferences, which layer they want to export, and the tool will give them a preview of their export beforehand. During pattern creations, users are able to examine their pattern on a variety of possible objects using the 3D preview feature. Once they select an object, for example, a t-shirt here, they can examine it from different views. They can resize the pattern on that object or even change its position. Then they can easily switch to another object and examine the same pattern on it. Any changes happen on the original pattern, it will automatically be reflected on the object itself. For cross stitchers, especially professional cross stitchers who want to create coded patterns for their work, the tool provides a pattern coding feature. So after the user are done with creating their patterns, color it, they have an access to pattern coding options where they can select different elements from their pattern and manually do the coding by selecting different colors or symbols. But in order to make this process faster, we introduced the auto coding feature, which allow the user to select which brand, 3D brand that they want to use in this auto coding, and once they click generate, the tool will create codes based on the colors the user used in their original pattern. As you can see here, the tool created a dedicated layer for the coding pattern and preserved the original one. Users still be able to change these codes. For example, if they select a specific code, they will be able to change its color or change its symbol if they want. They still have access to their original one, and any modification they do and the original one will be reflected on the coded patterns too. Once the user is happy with the coded pattern, they can export it. They can set their preferences, decide which layers that they want to export, and go ahead and export it. The last feature we have in our tool is the community portal, where user can directly access it from the tool. As you can see here, it's a space for cross-stitchers to connect with other creators, get some inspiration, build on the top of other people's work, and challenge themselves and other creators. As you can see here, there are some projects that are suggested for the users based on their level. These are projects that and works created by other creators in this community, where the users can filter them based on their type, level, if they are paid or free. They can dig deeper in discovering some patterns, projects, and challenges that they can take. In any stage, the user can upload something directly to the community by clicking the upload feature here. They can select something from the current project or import any previous project that they created before. They have access to their bookmarks. If there's a version that they want to share, they can add some details for it and upload it directly to the community. We also have the challenges, which is a basic pattern that the tool provide, and wants the user to challenge themselves and create a different versions of it. They can see what other people who took the same challenge created, and they are also able to create something themselves by importing this pattern to their canvas. And after doing some modifications and experimentation, and once they are happy with something that they created, they can directly upload it back to the community by selecting which version they will want to upload, select the type of challenge that they want or the page that they want to upload this pattern to, and then upload it directly, and it will be shared with other creators who took the same challenge.